catching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. What I'm going to be doing this morning is I'm going to be picking the games for the NFL wild card weekend. Also, I'll be doing a quarterback ranking for all the quarterbacks that are playing this weekend. All right. With no further ado, let's get into it. All right. I've been seriously analyzing all the games that will be played this weekend, right? I've been looking at the teams, been looking at the stats, been just really cramming all weekend. And this is what I've come up with, right? First, let me rank the quarterbacks right quick, because I'm sure you guys will have some feedback for me on my quarterback rankings. Remember, this is just the quarterbacks for this weekend, right? It doesn't include Patrick Mahomes, and of course, it doesn't include Justin Hurts, right? But these are my quarterback rankings, all right? First off, I want to give number one to Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, I believe, is the best quarterback in this round. However, if Patrick Mahomes were in this round, I would actually get a nod to Patrick Mahomes, right? The next one you see is Josh Allen. Of course, I think, pretty clear he's just a tick behind Joe Burrow, in my opinion. And then the next one is going to be kind of controversial, right? A lot of you guys probably won't agree with me on this, but if you take everything into consideration, right, everything, Dak Prescott is my number 3 quarterback, right? Number 4 is the wily veteran, Tom Brady. That experience matters in the playoffs. And because he has the most experience of any quarterback, that puts him above the rest of the quarterbacks, right? Next is actually Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is an up-and-coming quarterback. Many people might say he's better than Dak Prescott, but he hadn't proved anything yet. And in the playoffs, again, like I said just a minute ago, experience matters. And he has very little experience, and he have a propensity to turn over the ball, and turnovers in the playoffs play a big part in how games turn out. So Justin Herbert is number 5. Trevor Lawrence, when you get in this area of the quarterbacks, when you get down to number 6, you're really talking about negatives versus their positives. And for me, what I've seen is Trevor Lawrence is inexperienced. He's a bit compulsive as a quarterback. He has a beautiful throwing arm, but in the playoffs, right, when you come down to it, it's about taking care of the football. And I just think, he can be reckless with the football. That's why I put him in number 6. And number 7 is Huntley. Now, this is another very controversial pick, right? But here's the thing about Huntley. Huntley's coming in for Lamar. Lamar's hurt. And that's another thing. If Lamar was in the playoffs, I would actually rank him above Josh Allen, right? If he was able to play, but Lamar Jackson is a scratch for the Baltimore Ravens, that brings in Huntley. Huntley, I think, is a good NFL quarterback. He probably can start for a lot of teams. In my opinion, he takes care. He's shown the ability to take care of football, even though he had some games where he turned it over. He's shown the ability to take care of the football, and he has a running threat, and he can run at a lot of the same plays that Lamar Jackson runs, right? So again, right here, when you get in this area, it's the negatives of the quarterbacks that kind of determine where they'll be ranked. And so whereas the next person on your list is Daniel Jones, and I see Daniel Jones play a lot, being a Cowboy fan. As y'all can see, I rep the Cowboys, right? Because Daniel Jones has played the Cowboy games, I've watched him give away a lot of games. I've watched him be very ineffective at times, right? And I'm just not very impressed with him as a quarterback. So that's why he is ranked number 9. And First Cousins, I'm not a fan of him at all. Matter of fact, in my opinion, he's robbed the NFL for all the money that he's got. Yeah, he is a stat monster. He compiles all these stats for sure. But at the end of the day, he is a below average quarterback in my opinion. Because when the rubber hit the road, when it's crunch time, when there is a difficult situation, he almost never comes through as a quarterback. And so for that reason, he's ranked number 9. And then behind him is Geno Smith, the rookie Brock Purdy. And here's where though Brock Purdy has played pretty solid when he's been in the game, the fact of the matter is rookie quarterbacks do not perform in the playoffs. Matter of fact, the last quarterback to have over 100 rating as a rookie was back in 2016, and that quarterback was Dak Prescott. Before then, it was 2012 with none other than Russell Wilson. At the end of the day, rookie quarterbacks do not perform in the playoffs. I know many of you 49er fans think y'all are going to the Super Bowl, but the fact of the matter is rookie quarterbacks do not perform in the playoffs. They often falter, and for that reason, he's ranked number 11. And number 12 is, I have no idea who the Miami quarterback is, but Tua's out, Teddy Bridgewater's out. Who cares? He's the third-string quarterback on the Miami Dolphins, and I don't see him being better than any of the guys, anybody else that's playing in the playoffs. So that's how I see this going. Now, let me explain. I love picking NFL football games. But picking NFL football games is the most difficult betting proposition in sports. I don't care what y'all say. Picking NFL games is more difficult than picking basketball, baseball, any sport. It is just more difficult, right? So when I give you these picks, this is for entertainment only. This is not so you can go over to BetUS or Bovada or fly to Vegas and bet. This is for entertainment only. I want to say this. Don't bet your lunch money. Don't bet your rent money. Don't bet anything on this. This is for what? Entertainment only. All right. So let me pull up. I'm gonna go right to the place I use to get odds. I'm gonna bring those guys up. This is where I go to get odds. It is BetUS. That's where I go to get odds. So let me go in and get the odds for this weekend's games, right? Let me look it up. So, all right, cool. So, first game I'm going to pick is it Seattle, San Francisco. I see this as a pretty competitive game, believe it or not, right? But ultimately what I see is that the San Francisco 49ers defense is going to be too much for Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks offense. And though I don't think Brock Purdy will be that effective, but Christian McCaffrey will be able to run the ball. Debo Smith is coming back. So they will be able to make a few plays. And at the end of the day, I don't think Geno Smith can make enough plays to win the game. And when pressed to create offense, I believe Geno's going to turn the ball over. That's how I see that. Do I see them covering? Absolutely not. So I see Seattle, take Seattle plus the 10.5. Plus the 10.5. I see this game somewhere in the mind frame, somewhere in the scoreboard of, 17-24, something like that. Next up, the Chargers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I see this as a very close game, right? Neither one of these teams I trust. Neither one of them I trust, right? But if I had to pick this game, right, I'm picking this for one reason. I don't believe the Chargers can travel across country, right, and in a pick'em game beat Jacksonville. I just don't think that. I just think the Chargers have been wildly inconsistent. And going across country, traveling, 3,000 miles, over 3,000 miles to go play the Jaguars is going to be just a bit too much. The Chargers are favored by 1, so I'm going to take the Chargers. All right. Next up is the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. This is a matchup I don't even know if many people will get up and watch this game, because I see this game as being a complete mismatch because of the quarterback situation in Miami. Had they have a competent quarterback, I believe Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, those guys could have created a very competitive game. But with Tua out, I don't see Miami putting up much of a fight, to be honest with you. I see Buffalo scoring early, getting the lead, say getting up by 14, 17 points. Miami then having to press, try to get back. And again, I think he's a rookie quarterback. He's just not going to do well in the playoffs. Rookies do not play well in the playoffs. And he's going to get the ball up. He's going to give him a few touchdowns. At the end of the day, I see the game being, 31-3, somewhere in that area. So in this game, you definitely want to take Buffalo plus the 14.5. In these situations, you usually don't want to take an NFL team by more than a 14-point favorite. You never want to do that, right? History tells you anytime there's more than a 14-point favorite, take the underdog and your money's pretty good. In this particular situation, when the other team does not have a competent quarterback, when they're playing with their third-string guy, you're just not going to be competitive, and the game is going to get away early. And so I see Buffalo winning, again, covering the 14.5. All right? Next up, this is an interesting game. Let me start out by saying I don't like neither one of these quarterbacks. I don't trust either one of these quarterbacks, right? So then when you wipe the quarterbacks out, then you go to defenses. I don't like either one of these defenses. I don't think either one of these defenses can impose their will on the other team, right? So then quarterback and defense and then it goes to coaching. Right? And in this situation, I think Brian Daboll has been better than O'Connor at quarterback. At coaching. I just think he's a better quarterback. He's a better coach. I think Brian Daboll manages the game better. Even though I saw where a couple weeks ago that Minnesota won with a late 61-yard field goal, right? They may even win this game. I'm not going to even lie. They may even win this game. But I don't think they can cover the 3 points that they're favored by. So in this game, I'm going to take the Giants plus the 3, sleep good, and know my money's good. Because at the end of the day, I think Brian Daboll can manage the game, keep the game close. The Giants will have a chance at the end, but so will the Minnesota Vikings. And so it's I don't trust the quarterbacks, I don't trust the defense, but I trust Brian Daboll to keep the game close. And hopefully this game, Daniel Jones won't turn the ball over twice. And if he doesn't turn the ball over twice, then I think they win the game. Now, again, in this game, if Kirk Cousins gives it up once or twice, I don't think they can overcome that either. So in this situation, I trust the coach. I trust Brian Daboll. Take the Giants plus the 3. Sleep easy. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is not the bet. Now, this game is interesting here. This next one is an interesting game as well. And why I say this game is interesting, because you have the favorite, which is the Cincinnati Bengals. You have the underdog, which is the Baltimore Ravens. If Lamar Jackson were playing, I think this game would be a 1 or 2 point game, to be honest with you. But they've pushed this out all the way to 10 points. 10 points. That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points. And though Huntley is not Lamar Jackson, I do think he is a competent quarterback. I do think he'll be able to move the ball. I do think they will be able to run the ball on the Bengals. And I do think they'll be able to keep the game somewhat close. I do think Bengals will win the game. I do think they'll get out there. But I think the Ravens will close it in late, and it'll be something like a 27-20 game. Thus, take the Ravens plus 10 on that game. I got the Ravens plus 10. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. And on Monday night, we have the coup de grace. We have the big one. The one I'll be watching every minute of, sitting on the edge of my seat. We'll be playing, it will be my Dallas Cowboys playing against the GOAT, the legend, the man, Tom Brady. And you see, this is basically a pick'em game. Dallas is a 1-point favorite in this game on the road, a 1-point favorite. I've looked at this game. I've analyzed this game. I don't see a situation where Dallas loses this game. I mean, you can say what you want about Dak Prescott. If he gets protection, he's going to be an effective quarterback against this defense. And our defense have shown the ability to disrupt pocket passing games. Sure, Tom Brady's going to get the ball out on time. He's going to dink and dunk. He's going to try to do his little short stuff. But at the end of the day, the pressure of the Dallas Cowboys defense is going to break down the pocket, and Tampa Bay cannot run the football. They have not been able to run the football all season. And now, if they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to create some problems. But I don't think they'll be able to do it. They have problems in the interior part of their offensive line. We're going to be able to take advantage of that. We're going to be able to put pressure on Tom Brady up the middle. That's going to have Parsons and Tank Lawrence coming off the edge. There's going to be nowhere to run, nowhere to hide for Tom Brady. And I see the Cowboys winning this game comfortably. Again, I think the mystique of Tom Brady is what has this game close. The mystique of Tom Brady is what has this game close. But ultimately, if you really think about it, if you really, really think about it, right, there is no way that Dallas is supposed to lose this game. Let's be honest. We got the better quarterback. We got the better defense. And in my opinion, you put Todd Bowles against Mike McCarthy. We even had a better coach. There's no reason we should lose this game. And there's no reason this game should be -1. I believe there's a lot of money on Tampa Bay because of Tom Brady's in this game. Let's send Tom Brady off into the sunset the right way. Let's get about 6 sacks on Tom Brady. Let him throw about 2, maybe 3 interceptions. Let's make sure he realizes he's over the hill and he no longer can compete in this league. And let's let this be the culmination of Dak Prescott winning his first road game in the playoffs, man. His first road game in the playoffs. So, hey, man, I really, really enjoyed this, man. I absolutely love talking sports, man. I have some opportunities on the horizon that would give me the opportunity to do so. I wanted to come on and do this and see could I hold it down for a little while with you guys and talk about sports and pick the games, man. I'm going to do it again next week. Please, I need your feedback. If you are on my YouTube page, please like and subscribe and give me feedback. If you're watching this on Facebook, please, in the comments, give your feedback in the comments. Tell me where I'm right. Tell me where I'm wrong. Let me know what you think about my picks. It may be like, and if I get a chance, if and when I go live again, would you guys like an opportunity to call in and give your input on the things that I've said and tell me what you think about the games coming up? If you like to call in and make a contribution to the show, man, I can put up the call-in number. I can just simply do this, put the call-in number, you call in live and give me your opinion. Tell me if that's something that you guys will be interested in. This been your boy Rocky. Much love, and I'm out.